Charlie
Ladies and
Marekura.
gentlemen, this is our first corporate bout of the evening. It is scheduled for 3 rounds of female corporate boxing action. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. She weighed in at 79.7 kg, fighting out of sports and fitness. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Shavaughn Towers. And her opponent fighting out of the blue corner, enters the ring wearing all black trunks. She weighed in at 78.9 kgs, fighting out of freestyle MMA. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Sharlee Marekura. 3 2-minute rounds. When the bell rings, the referee in charge is Jim Comp. Well, here we are, Kane, in Opanaki, big fight night. 2 belts in 1 main event. That is something to behold, and looking forward to it here tonight. We asked these ladies yesterday at the weigh-in how long they've been practicing and training for this event here tonight, and both have been training for a good solid 12 weeks.
That's right, Dan. It should be an exciting matchup here. I've seen one of the girls go, freestyle boxing gym there. Charlie Marekura. She trains pretty well. She's got
round 1.
She's got her partner that trains her, so it'll be an interesting match.
And they're throwing bombs right off the bat here, ladies and gentlemen. Punches with bad intentions as they both kind of square off in the center of the ring here.
There's a lot of leather been thrown in the first round. Nice.
Well, corporate fighting for the most part is about 70% offense, 30% defense, and I'm being generous there. So corporate fighting is, you know, it's all about the bucket list. It's all about doing something outside the box and out of your comfort area, and these folks are giving it a go right now.
That's right, Dan, and I think if you keep it straight down the middle with these corporate fights, they should do okay. Nice and simple stuff here. The jab down the middle.
Yep. Towers trying to get in that looping right hand, not to connect though on that time, as Marekura kind of steps out of range. Charlee's the taller of the 2 fighters, so she's got to kind of keep Shavaughn at length and fight as a taller fighter. Use her reach and use her length to her advantage. And she's really teeing off on Shavaughn now.
Shavaughn Towers trying to come over with that right hand over top. She's been successful a couple of times.
But I think she's going to the well too many times on that, Kane, because Charlee's kind of onto it. And at the moment, it looks like potentially cardio might be on Charlee's side. Don't forget, it looks good on paper, 3 2-minute rounds, but boy, when you get in the ring, it's a different story.
That's right, I'd have to agree with you there.
End of round 1. Well, Kane, that was a pretty good round. I mean, what do you take out of it? I do believe Sharlee Marekura probably had more combinations. She was throwing punches and bunches, and her cardio seems to be at its peak at the moment.
I would have to agree with you there, Dan. I think Charlie is doing really well. I think she's, as you said, throwing punches and bunches. She looks like she's got a bit in the tank there. She looks pretty strong at the moment. So we'll see how it eventuates.
So, Kane, unofficially, what we'll do is give that a 10-9 round to Marekura. We'll keep track of all of our scoring here ringside and just see how we do throughout the evening. Seconds out for round 2. Round 2 just upon us here. We are at the Colton's Coastal Rumble in Opanaki, New Zealand, and this is our first fight, 2nd round. We've got a few corporate fights to go through before we get to the main event, but I'll tell you what, these girls are throwing some serious leather out there at the moment. Charlie really utilizing the uppercut and the jab to keep Shavaughn at length once again. And there's that right hand you talked about in the first round. It landed that time. But she's going to have more weapons than that.
Absolutely. And I think at the moment, Sharlee is throwing a lot of punches, and they're landing nicely. So, in my opinion, she's doing the right things.
Another good uppercut hit by Charlie there on the exchange. And that winging right hand is just not really hitting its mark for Towers here in this second round. You know, Kane, quite often I look at fighters and I'll see if their mouth is open in the 4th or 5th round and see where they're at with their cardio. But right now, Shavaughn Towers is boxing out there with her mouth wide open, and we're here in the second round.
That's right.
I think cardio might be catching up to her here quickly as Charlie just continues the onslaught from the outside, working her way in.
It looks as though the two fighters are starting to tire about now. It'll be a test of will, I think. At this point.
It's a total adrenaline dump for these corporate fighters, Kane. I mean, they come out here and they're not boxers at all, and the crowds, you know, they got all their friends here and family or whatnot, and it's just after about 30 seconds, the adrenaline dump is huge. So that's what you're seeing here at the tail end of the second round. End of round 2.
Well, after that round, I think Charlie Mare could have actually took it away again. 10-9 round again.
I agree.
She's just landing punches and bunches, whereas the other girl's trying to look for that overhand right, and it seems to be a bit short of the target.
Yeah, Shavaughn just, again, she's going to the well too many times with that punch. She landed it a couple times, but she's thrown it about 15 times, and you got to use uppercuts, you got to use jabs, you got to use angles and footwork in there. And again, these are corporate fighters. They're you know, they've been training for 12 weeks, but once you get in that squared circle, a lot of that training goes right out the window, doesn't it?
That's right, Dan.
Once again, the sponsors for this fight, the Taranaki Daily News, we'd like to thank them for their continued support. I do believe the hotbed for boxing here in New Zealand is the Taranaki. Seconds out for round 3. As there's been a plethora of shows down this district over the last couple of years. Round 3. Well, third and final round here with our first corporate fight of the evening. Charlie's got this one in the bag, 2 rounds to none, you would think at the moment.
Oh,
nice another uppercut inside. Towers knows she's probably behind on points here by a couple of rounds. She needs something dramatic to happen, potentially a knockdown or something to that effect to try and get a 10-8 round.
This fight, Dan, has been coined the fierce females, and I think it's living up to its reputation there.
Absolutely. Got to give anybody credit that steps through these ropes. Absolutely.
Absolutely. The amount of training and time that they put into it, you know, over the few weeks that they do it, good on them. I think it's a hard task to jump in there into the squared circle.
And let's not forget, here in New Zealand, it's a Thursday night. It's still a school night here, Kane. Right. So a lot of people are going to go to work tomorrow, potentially with black eyes. As Charlie is starting to pour it on now, her cardio just outmassed that of Towers. She takes the center of the ring here. And she seems to be scoring at will at the moment.
Like I said earlier, Dan, she's landing straight punches straight down the middle. It's the kind of style that you need to use in these kinds of fights. I mean, there's no technical stuff really. I mean, they're very inexperienced, they're very green. So the best they can do is throw the jab straight down the middle, and the right hand follows on behind it.
Yep, good point. Keep it simple, right?
Keep it simple.
And a flurry to end the third round here as the girls are just throwing leather here. End of round 3. Round of applause for our 2 female warriors.
Well, at the end of that fight, Dan, I think it was fair to say that Charlie took it away on points.
I'm going to say unanimous decision. We'll see how we do, Kane. I'm going to go up there and tell you exactly what happens.
Nice.
All right, fighters to the center ring, please. Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of female corporate boxing action, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision, where we find a unanimous decision winner. Your winner, fighting out of the blue corner, Sharlee Maraikora. And a round of applause, please, for a very game, Siobhan Towers. Great fight, ladies. Well done.
And as mentioned there by Dan Hennessy, Sharlee Maraikora takes it away on points. And I think that was a fair decision. Absolutely.